my headline is from the front page of the Punch, and it says U.S. Embassy issues new directive for Nigerian visa applicants. And it says the United States Embassy in Nigeria has reviewed its immigration visa processes for immigrants starting from January. Oh, is this the one I'm looking for? Actually not. Okay, but this is where the headline that talks about, you know, the changes in the visa policy. Actually, it's on the front page of the Tribune. As well, I beg your pardon. It says U.S. issues new visa policy for Nigerians. Non-immigrant, non-diplomatic visas, now single entry, 3-month validity. I know for a lot of people, this is, I can hear the hearts shattering. Yes. But to help us break this down, we have travel expert Funmi Fatoberu joining us on this segment of the show to break this down. Hello, Funmi. Nice to have you here today.
Hi, okay. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. And I don't know, this news, when I got it yesterday, it was more like, it wasn't a shock, but it was like, Nigerians should have seen this coming. Because yes, Nigerians, typically we abuse things. And when it comes to visas and restrictions, we tend to abuse almost everything attached to our visas.
Yeah. Okay.
So what this means basically for Nigerians is, at first, we had the 2 years validity. There was multiple entry.
Yes.
And then later, I think Biden administration, it was changed to 5 years, multiple as well, because there was a lot of backlog at COVID and all of that.
Right.
But now, what we have is 3 months validity and single entry. Meaning, if you apply for, meaning you just get this visa when you need to. If you need to travel. So there's no story of, I'm looking to go next year summer. Let me go and apply. I'm going to get it 5 years anyway. And then let me just keep. So it's more like a Schengen visa right now. So, and I think the US government did this. You remember there was a while back, I don't know if you heard about that. There was something about Nigerian being on a list of countries to be banned and everything. So I think our government stepped in, because it would have been an outright ban. But then instead of getting an outright ban, because the conditions were like, okay, Nigerians cannot actually account for the citizens that leave Nigeria to go to the US. A lot of people were overstaying, abusing the conditions attached to their visa. They were working,
giving birth there,
getting public funds. And so now, for birth tourism, I think Nigeria is the only country we openly advertise this on social media, saying, oh, you can travel to the US and have a baby for $4,000.
Yes.
Even for people that are citizens, US citizens, they don't have babies for $4,000. They pay probably like $20,000, $30,000. If it's a vaginal birth, you'll be having maybe like 20 at least. And if it's a cesarean, you'll be having maybe 35. If it's a singleton, and then if you have multiple births, it's higher than that. The only reason why it gets lower is when your insurance steps in, you'll be paying as low as $100 or $200. But Nigerians, we're not citizens, we don't have insurance, and we are paying $3,000, $4,000. Who pays the difference?
The taxpayers.
So, exactly. So yes, so that is, so if you are pregnant now, you can't say, oh, I'm trying to conceive, or maybe I'm a month pregnant, I need to get a visa, I'm going to use it next year to have my baby, I'll probably go in January, February, no. So that has been struck out, like, stylishly. So yeah, that's how it works.
Oh my goodness.
And right now, a lot of people have been making a lot of noise saying, oh, we have a lot of backlog. You know, you're looking to travel, you don't get dates until 2026. But I think that's going to change now. Because now, you would only go and apply when you're ready to travel, if you really need to go. Not, let me just hold this visa. I have it for 5 years anyway. So if I'm looking to go for Christmas, I have no business with the embassy right now. I'll probably have to wait until September, October, because then my visa will be valid for November, December, January. So there's nothing like, I'm going to keep it. And then people that overstay, that would be cut as well, because you have a lot of people, when you have the multiple entry, 5 years validity, at the point of entry, most of the time, you get stamped 180 days. That's 6 months. That's why you have some people staying for 5 months, 6 months. But now when you have a single entry, and it's 3 months validity, you can't stay for more than maybe 4 or 5 weeks. So yeah.
Oh my
It's
goodness!
going to curb all of that.
This is a lot. This is a lot, and I know people that will be worst hitter. People obviously want to go and have American babies,
right?
A lot of
exactly.
a lot of that.
Going to
And then they said the U.S. government was actually reciprocating. So meaning
exactly. What did we do to actually warrant? What are they reciprocating?
Okay, so Nigerian visa is not an easy visa to
That's
get.
what I've heard. Yes, you know,
Because
we're
I was
discussing
literally
this.
asking her, like, I thought we
Yes,
were
yes.
very open.
No,
to,
we're not very
people
open.
coming in.
We're not very open. I don't know if it's corruption.
But I think it's
if
more incompetence than we're trying to protect our borders or anything like that, which is what the US
No,
is
I don't
mostly
think we're trying to.
Exactly, it's more incompetent. If you go to
But
most
I have-
Nigerian embassies, the incompetence is still quite high.
Yeah, I have some friends that were around last weekend. They came for a party. The husband and wife, they have the Nigerian passport and of course the US passport. So they got the visa. Because they have a Nigerian passport, they didn't need to get a visa. But their kids that had never been to Nigeria with the American passport, they had to get the Nigerian visa. Sisters,
Wow.
the visa cost them 850,000 naira each.
Each.
Yes.
Wow.
And it was single entry.
For how long? What was the period they gave
3
them?
months.
Okay.
So even when the administration changed it to 5 years, we didn't change ours to 5 years.
Yes.
We were doing something like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So okay, I guess that's what. So I guess we need better international relations. We need people who are sitting at this table who are negotiating for Nigerians.
As
And
But
also
unfortunately,
changing.
if we decide to change now and return and do 5 years like they're doing,
Yes.
I don't think they would
They
change.
don't care because I mean, do they care as much as
Because
we
they're
do?
going to curb like the overstaying, which you were complaining about, which was
Yeah.
one of the reasons why they wanted to ban us. The bird tourism.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, Funmi, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I know you have a YouTube page where you talk about a lot of travel.
Yes, it's called Travel Talk with Funmi.
Travel Talk with Funmi on YouTube, where you can learn about visa restrictions and all of these things. I actually watch
How
it
to
and
do
it's
your
fantastic.
visas all by yourself without the help of an agent
Fantastic.
and all of that.
Thank you so much for coming on
Thank
the
you
show.
for having me.
We appreciate it. Well, that's it for the headlines making waves today. Let's switch gears a little bit and get into the big conversation because this one is personal, it's powerful, and it's necessary. It's still the big conversation. Don't go away.